When just starting off looking for cameras for your smart home, chances are you're going to be a little more budget conscious. Here I have prime examples of budget-friendly cameras, one from Tapo, the C20, one from Wyze, the Wyze Cam V3 Pro, which is the better camera for your budget. I'm Wanderer 001, let's get into it. Starting off, the cameras do share many similarities. First being, both do support 2K 20 frames per second video feeds. Both have starlight sensors, which will allow them to see in low light situations and present you a color image. Both only operate on the 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi spectrum. Both have LEDs. On the Wyze, you could see 2 LED nodes at the top. On the Tapo, 2 LED nodes to the side of the camera. But that, aside from general form factor, is where the similarities end. Coming to our camera lenses, Tapo camera has a field of view of 120 degrees. Our Wyze camera, only 116 degrees. If we start talking about our IR lights, the Wyze Pro here has a set of 4 850 nanometer IR lights. On the Tapo, while utilizing 2 IR lights, you get 2 different choices, 850 nanometer and 940 nanometer IR lights. What that means is if you choose the 940 nanometer wave spectrum, they'll be invisible to the naked eye. So depending on what you want to use this for, that is a good option to have. Next, both of these do classify as indoor-outdoor cameras. The Wyze has a IP65 weather rating and the Tapo has an IP66 weather rating. Now, if you're not entirely sure what that means, yes, the first number is the same for both of them, and that is dust getting into the camera. The next number is actually water resistance, and a higher number is better. So the Tapo is slightly more water resistant than the Wyze Cam Pro here. Both I've used outside and have had no troubles with, but if you're looking for that, Tapo is slightly more waterproof. Both have adjustable bases. The Tapo uses a single point, but it pivots as rubber feeties, so it can be placed anywhere, as well as mounting options. The base of the Tapo is also magnetic. Coming over to our Wyze, we also have an adjustable, rotatable, rubberized, magnetic base that has classic mounting options as well. Both cameras do support local storage. On the Wyze Cam, it will be located underneath and can support up to 256 gigabytes if the SD card is formatted in the exFAT format, which if you don't know what that is, chances are this will then only support 125 gigabytes. On our Tapo, if we come to the side here, this is where our micro SD card slot is located, and the Tapo supports 512 gigabytes of local storage. Coming around to the back of our devices, as both can be used outside, they have weather resistant backings. And right here we can see the power supply for the Tapo is a USB-C, while Wyze uses a micro USB. Tapo has a rubberized gasket around their USB-C port. Wyze has a deep channel for their micro USB port, but relies more on the cable water resistance, a proprietary rubberized cable that you get from Wyze. Tapo, you don't have to worry about that. Any USB-C cable will work there. On the back, we also see our speakers. The sound from them is very similar because of the size of the camera body itself.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Test 1, test 2, test 3.
Sally sells seashells by the seashore. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. Test 1, test 2, test 3.
Now, speaking of our power ports, the cameras themselves use vastly different amounts of power. The Wyze uses 1.9 when idling, 2 when recording, and 2.2 with the IR lights, and then 2.3 using the LED. Tapo, while idling, uses 2.7, then 3.3 with the IR lights, and then 4.2 using the LEDs. So in this situation, the Wyze camera actually comes out ahead because of the power usage of the Tapo. Neither power usage is considered extreme, but if you're looking to save just a little money, because these run all the time, then Wyze comes out ahead for power usage. Because these are smart devices, there is a setup process. And with Wyze, What they have done is you scan a QR code on the application to link things up. Tapo uses a more customary log into a local Wi-Fi network of the camera to connect that to your Wi-Fi. I have heard many people state with the Wyze QR code that they have trouble scanning it because if you have a screen protector or a scratch on your screen, it can make the QR code unreadable by the camera. That is also why Wyze has moved to a new Bluetooth setup process with their newer cameras. Image quality for the two cameras is very, as they both film in 2K. You may notice a slightly warmer color on the Wyze as opposed to the Tapo, so it's really your preference. There's nothing terrible about either image. You will be able to see people clearly and read what's on their shirts if you need to, but where these differ is triggering and clip lengths and detection. Some of that is app-based, some of that is software-based, and some of that is subscription-based. So what do I mean? Clip length. For the Tapo, if you're recording locally, you could set your clip length to be very long. You could do 24/7 recording. With Wyze, you can do 24/7 recording. However, you're limited to a 12-second clip length. Also, the cooldown for the Wyze, if you do not pay for the Wyze subscription, is 5 minutes. Tapo, you can set that for as little as a second in between triggers without a subscription service. Next, detection. Both cameras support basic motion detection. Both cameras also support pet, package, person, vehicle detection. However, Tapo, you get those for free. Wyze, you have to pay for their subscription service to have access to those features. The subscription service for Wyze is one of the cheapest around, running $3 monthly or $20 for a year. What that will give you access to is longer clip length, adjustable cooldown, and person detection. Or with Tapo, you pay $3 monthly or $30 a year. What that gives you access to is cloud storage and rich notification, as well as an advanced filter search. Yes, Wyze is cheaper if you pay yearly, but Tapo, out of the box without paying a subscription, is more functional than the Wyze camera. Now, let's talk about how we interact with our camera, and that's our application. The Wyze app lists all your Wyze devices in a single vertical line. You will have to scrub to find what you're looking for, but you can reorder the items. Rules are triggers or schedules that you could set up with Wyze to do specific things. For me, this has not been functional for several years. I'm on Android, I have sent in a ticket, things haven't been addressed. You can get rich notifications with the Wyze without paying, meaning you'll get a thumbnail of what's happening before you actually click into the application. With Tapo, one, they've redesigned their application to bring in Casa devices as well, which is another TP-Link brand. You can favorite devices on a single tab, allowing you to sort things much easier than you could with Wyze. It also breaks down types of devices, cameras, robotic vacuums, etc., into a separate location, making it easier to find things. Rules and automations also have worked with my Tapo camera out of the box. Moving on to notable features. Wyze has a target box for movement when you're viewing your live feed. It also has smart focus, which can track a person without the camera actually moving, mimicking a pan-tilt camera. Tapo also has a box around moving targets, but labels them person, pet, vehicle as a special feature called line cross indicator, adjustable detection zones, 2 IR light settings, one of which will allow the IR lights not to be seen by the naked eye, privacy mode, clip trimming, individual detection zones for person, pet, etc., and privacy zones, all without having to pay. The deciding factor for a lot of people is the price of the hardware itself. Wyze, currently as of date of filming, with no sales, is $54. Tapo, the C120, is $40. Yes, the subscription service for the Wyze camera is cheaper yearly than the one for the Tapo camera. However, the Tapo camera is much more functional without the subscription, and the price of the hardware itself is cheaper than the Wyze cam here. I have been a long-time fan of Wyze products and their hardware. However, I am not somebody who digs in my heels and says this will forever be the best camera out there. Tapo has now become a strong contender for a budget camera that gives you more features at a better price than its competitors. So if you are looking for a budget-friendly smart home camera to keep track of your home, I would go with the Tapo C120. Do you have a different budget camera option? Let me know in the comments section below. If you appreciate the time and effort that goes into making a video like this, make sure to hit that like button so other people can find the video as well. If you like what I'm doing here and want to be notified of my next review, hit that subscribe button. Still not sure which camera is the better camera for you? On screen now, you will see my in-depth reviews of both cameras to help you make an informed decision for yourself.